Hello everyone, very good evening one and all. Welcome to the most comprehensive preparation platform for all competitive exams, BYJU'S Exam Prep, and warm welcome to the free Python course. All dear friends, yes, we are learning Python since 2 weeks. In these 2 weeks, we have understood why Python was most trending and some fundamentals of Python language. Then we understood what are different data types, IO functions, and then control statements in Python. We have practiced few questions also. Today or this week, this entire week, we will focus more on data types of Python. Sir, data types is already covered? Yes. In that class, we have just got a brief of data types in Python. But in this week, about every data type, or at least I have taken 4 data types. So on these 4 data types, we will focus more. Exclusively every data type we will focus, and we will try to practice and explore each data type in Python. So let me welcome MSJ, Shrivani, Siddhant Sharma, Tushar, and everybody else. Warm welcome to the session. Please confirm, am I visible and audible clearly or not? Am I visible and audible, dear friends? Please confirm. Yep. So guys, if anyone are new for my classes, you can find my quick details here. I am Satya. I am a research scholar with 15 plus years of teaching experience and other credentials. I request every one of you to please share the session link to your friends so that they will also know about this session happening. They also know about this Python course happening, so that they will also join the session. Okay, right. Guys, there is a workshop on 6th September by Rakesh Talreja sir. In this workshop, sir will guide you how to score 13 out of 13 in the engineering mathematics of GATE CS, and this is on 6th September 7:30 p.m. on our BYJU'S Exam Prep app. So mark your calendar and set the time. Attend this workshop without fail. And guys, please download our BYJU'S Exam Prep app. There are many add-on facilities, and you can attend the quizzes and you will get the leaderboard so that you can understand your level in the competition. So if you have not downloaded yet, please download our BEP app and keep attending the sessions. Okay, now guys, first of all, what is a list? We have understood that in Python there are several data types like int, float, string, boolean, list, set, tuple, dictionary. And in Python, every data type is a class. Every data type is a class, and the variable that you create for the data type is treated as object of that particular class, instance of that class. So among these, list is one. So what is a list? Lists are used to store multiple data at once. Like you can compare lists with arrays in the other languages. Of course, there are differences, but at least for the understanding sake, you can compare list as an array. Okay, similar to, not same. List has many more features that we can't do with arrays, we can do with the lists. Okay, so if anyone are just starting learning these lists, at basic level you can understand list is something like an array. We can store multiple data at once. For example, you want to store the salaries of 50 employees. instead you create 50 separate variables, you can create a list, single list for all these 50. So the advantage is, first of all, not with respect to memory space, but with respect to creation. You can group up all these details or data of so-called 50 employees or whatever what we want in one set, in one list. Example, how we create num equal to 19, 26, 23. And what we have used, please observe, we have used this square brackets. So lists we use square brackets, tuples we use parenthesis, sets, dictionaries we use curly braces. Okay, please remember. Siddhant Sharma, yes, you can using list or set or okay, yeah, we have mutable data types. Any immutable data type you take, yes, you can change, you can implement. Yeah, yes, we will compare which data structure is useful or when to use which data structure. Of course, to know the highest, instead you write the code, yes, dictionary would help us to identify the biggest or smallest easily. I agree, Siddhant. Okay, so we use square brackets to create the list. So num equal to, and values we have assigned are 19, 26, 23. And if you simply print num, you will get all the values printed. So this is the simple way to create the list. Okay, name of the list equal to values of the list enclosed in square brackets. And you want to print the list in the C language. If you want to print array, you can't simply say print name of the array. Name of the array actually prints the base address, but it won't print all the values, we know. And if you want to print all the values of an array, you have to take a loop, iterate from 0 to n-1 and you have to print. But here it is as simple as that, a simple statement, print num. So automatically complete list will be printed. Now a list can store elements of different types. Array actually stores similar data. So now start understanding lists in Python. Initially I said it is something like array, but now list has many points, many features different from array. So this is one. List can store different types of data. So sir, is list is like a structure? Again not. Again what you can't do with the structure, you can do with the list. So list is a new data type in Python which can store different types of data like integer, float, string, and a list can store duplicate values. You can have duplicate values also in the list, and a list can be empty. Even it is possible to create an empty list. Example, list with elements of different data types. If you take list 1 equal to 1 hello 3.4. So here we got an integer in the list, a string and a floating point number, a real number. It is valid. List with duplicate elements. See, list 1 equal to 1 hello 3.4 hello 1. So hello string I have used twice and 1 I have used twice. So it supports duplicate elements also. And empty list, just list 3 equal to just pair of square brackets without mentioning, without writing anything in it. So a list can store different types of data, duplicate elements, and empty list is also possible. Hope you are all following it, right? Now, in Python, lists are ordered and each item in a list is associated with a number. That number is called index. Here ordered doesn't mean you have to give the values in ascending order or descending order. Order doesn't mean that, because when you take different types of data, how you can actually mention it is ascending, descending? Here ordered means the data elements of this particular list are organized with certain number. So your value may be 1, Python 3.4, but for Python interpreter the first element is list of 0, second element is list of 1, third element is list of 2. So Python give and internally it gives an order for those, and it least bother about the values. So ordered means that, please understand. Okay. Yeah, Siddhant, I'll show you. If you give duplicate values and try to print, whether all gets printed, whether it treat they as different, or it will print only some elements by treating as unique, we will see. Okay, I'll show you the execution. Suppose I have created a list languages equal to Python, Java, C++. So if I would like to access the value at index 0, what is that? Languages of 0. Which one? Python. So this is languages of 0, and this is languages of 1, and this is languages of 2. So I can just print languages of 0 so that Python gets printed, and if I want the value at index 2, I say languages of 2, I'll get CPP gets printed, C++ gets printed, right? Now, lists also support negative index. Negative index. This is again, I can say something very new. So the index of -1 refers to the last item, -2 refers to the second last, and so on. Means from rightmost you have to start the negative index. 0, if it index starts from 0, we start indexing from leftmost, right? From the first value we start indexing. But if you are using negative index means, negative index is assigned in such a way that right to left, not from left to right. So the last element index is treated as -1, second last -2, and so on. So here if I take Python, Java, C++, if I want value at index -1, what gets printed? Python or C++? What gets printed? C++ gets printed, because if this is the list, here I have Python, Java, C++, and this is given an index of -1, this is given an index of -2, this is given an index of -3. So from right to left. So when I say languages of -1, I'll get C++, and when I say languages of -3, I'll get Python. Clear? And if specified index does not exist, like I am printing languages of something -9, or there are only 3 elements, and if I say languages of 6. So if the specified index does not exist, you will get an error, index error exception. Index error exception, out of bounds. Right? So quickly, let me show you the execution. Guys, I hope the VS Code is visible. The VS Code is visible. Is it visible for everyone? Please confirm. Okay. So let me create a list. X is equal to 20, 30, 20, 30, 20, 30. So I have given duplicate values directly. Now I print X. Let's see what gets printed. What got printed? All the list got printed. Siddhant. So it treat every element as unique. When you give duplicate values, it accept and it treat it as a different value. It is not like all 20s treating as same or all 30s treating as same. Right? So if I print X of 0, X of 0, X of 2, X of 4, X of 6. Let's see. What gets printed? We are getting for X of 6 index error. Hope everyone can see this. The list index is out of range. Why? Because here I have given 6 values. The indexing will be from 0 to 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I am trying to print something which is out of index. Hence I am getting this error. Right? So let me make it comment. Now if I print, so first X means all the list got printed, then list of 0 20, list of 2 20, list of 4 20. Right? Let us use negative index. Negative index. So X of -1, X of -3, X of -5. So whenever I use negative index, X of -1 means this 30, last value 30, and yeah, here it is highlighted, you see. X of -1 is 30, X of -3 is 30, X of -5 is also 30. Now let us try to use one negative index, one positive index. So -1, -4, 0, 2. See, first X of -1 means what got printed? 30. X of 0 means what got printed? 20. X of 2 means again 20. And X of -4. -4 means you start from here. This is -1, -2, -2, this one, -3, -4, -4 means 20 again. So it is also printing 20. Right? Only elements without index. Only elements means how you write the index. Which element you wanted to print, you have to mention, no? Siddhant, Sathiya, Tushar. Right. Okay. So negative index is also allowed. Now let us move ahead. Let us move ahead. Slicing operator. What is slicing operator? Colon is called slicing operator. Colon symbol. So we can use colon symbol to print or to access elements of the list. Suppose there is a list X equal to programming, programming. Okay. Okay, fine. I think you can understand. Anyway, let me add. Right. Yeah. So suppose I have added this. X is equal to programming, where we have multiple characters. So it is a, now I have entered a string, or what we say, character elements. Now, if I want to print index values from index 2 to index 4, 2 to 4 means what I want, from O to R. Then you might think I have to give 2 to 4, but I have to give 2 to 5. Please see this. Please see this. Why I have to give 2 to 5? Because the last index is always excluded. The last index is always excluded. Even I mentioned it in the earlier class also, right? Similarly, I want items from index 5 to end. So I say simply 5 colon. First index is inclusive. Dear friends, the first index that I mention here in this with the slicing operator is inclusive, but the last index is exclusive. So that's why I want values from 5. I can say 5 only, not 6. And beginning to end, I want complete list to be printed. You can simply say X of slicing. So it is nothing but print X. So it is equivalent to print X. Means all the elements gets printed. Right? And if I wanted to find the length of the list, how many elements are there? Let's say languages equal to Python, C, Java, C++. When I use len of languages, how many I get? It won't count the number of characters in every element. Don't treat in that way. See, the comma separate element to element. Here there are 3 commas. That means there are 4 elements. So this is the first element, this is the second element, third element, fourth element. So whenever I print list, I get all the list of elements, and when I am trying to print the length, I'll get 4. Okay. So here, so suppose I use empty colon, I'll get entire list. Just for your confirmation, I am using as print X also, so that both will print the same output. Print of X of, let's say 1 to 4. So I'll get the value at index 1, index 2, index 3. 4 you don't get. 4 is exclusive. And I want print of 5. X of colon 5. That means starting from the first index till 4th index I want the output. Only till 4th index I want the output. Okay. And starting from second index, I want complete list I want to print. So I can use a 2 colon. And I'd like to print length of x. So how many values are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 will be the output. Let us see what will be the output. Let us check. See here. First, I am printing x. I am printing x. So all the list got printed. X with just slicing operator. I have not mentioned any range, so that all the list gets printed. That is equivalent to print of x, I said. So you can say print of x, or you may use a slicing operator. Now I am printing x of 1 to 4, means index at 1, index at 2, index at 3, but index at 4 will not come. As I said, it is excluded. So I am getting 30, 20, 30. Similarly, starting from the first index till fourth index, I want all the values. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values came. And starting from second index till the end, I want. So starting from second index till the end, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am getting, and length of x is printing what? 6, because there are 6 values. After programming, what subject you take? Respect me. What is your name? I don't know. You have kept a good tag. See, I want to first teach programming in Python completely to the possibility. This itself takes more, 1 month or even more than that. So first let us learn Python, okay? And based on the possibility, I'll tell. I have not yet planned any subject, because my complete focus is to teach you complete Python. Again, I am telling. Till file handling concept, at least I will try to teach, including OOPS concepts, namespaces, comprehensions, all. Okay. In the paid class today, in the class I will tell you. Okay. Today in the class I will tell you. Siddhant, yeah, I am about to do that. So if we use negative index, print x of minus, we know negative index starts from rightmost. So as per your given index, this will take, see, suppose I say -1 to -4, -1 to -4. So what is -1? 30, -2 20, -3 30. So 30, 20, 30 gets printed. Suppose, okay, let me change the values just for our distinction. 40, 50, 60, 70 and 10. So -1 to -4 means 10, 70, 60 gets printed. Suppose I use -4 to -1, Siddhant, -4 to -1. Still it is taking. Here in the above -4, the index at -4 is excluded. In the below statement, index at -1 gets excluded. So here we will get 60, 70, 10. Here we will get -50, 60, 70. Let's see. $50, $60, $70 we are getting. Okay, minus 1 to minus 4. Acha, we have given in reverse. We have given in reverse. Because the indexing should be in the increasing order, no? Minus 1 to minus 4 means it is in the decreasing order. Yeah, good point, good point. We have to give the index in the increasing order, Siddha. So this is only taken. So when you use index in the decreasing order, it is not printing anything. You see? It is not printing anything. Oh, I have kept it in comments. Fine. Empty list, it got printed. Because they are valid index, right? They are not out of index. Minus 1 is the index within the range, minus 4 is also within the range. So when you give out of index, then it throw error. Otherwise, it is neglecting that sequence and it is printing nothing. Okay? Right. Let us move ahead, guys. We have lot more to learn about lists. So, yeah. Now, how we add elements to the list? Because lists are not immutable. Lists are mutable, means you can add, you can change the values of the list. So, how we can add? There are three ways how you can add elements to the list. Let's see. So, lists are mutable, means we can add and remove elements from the list. So, there are three methods to add items to the list. One is append, other is extend, other is insert. So, there are three ways to add elements to the list. So, let us see one by one how we use append method. And guys, look at the example so that you will understand the difference between these three. With the example only, I would like to make you understand what is the difference between this append, extend and insert. Suppose num is 20, 30, 40, 10. I am printing before appending, it is 20, 30, 40, 10. Now, I would like to append 50. How many elements I have added? One element. One element. And where it gets added? At the end of the list. At the end of the list. That is default. That is default. At certain index we want to add, that is a different case that we see. But whenever you use append, by default the element gets added at the end of the list. So after appending, what is the list I am printing? So what would be the output? So before appending 20, 30, 40, 10, after appending 20, 30, 40, 10, 50. Okay. So one element we are adding means you can use append method. No, I would like to add multiple elements. Extend method you can use. Suppose I have taken two lists, numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, even numbers 2, 4, 6, 8. So numbers dot extend of even numbers. That means for this numbers list, even numbers list would be added. So extend this numbers list with even numbers list. So multiple elements together we can add to the existing list with this extend method. So list after append, if you print, you will get 1, 3, 5, 7, 2, 4, 6, 8. It won't sort them. Just it's a simple concatenation. It's something like concatenation. Just append. I mean just adding. It won't sort or it won't arrange them in the order. Please remember. Okay. Then insert method. See, at certain index I would like to insert, not at the last, because you use extend, you use append, by default the elements get added at the last, at the end of the list. But at middle of the list or at the beginning, At certain index I would like to add element, then you can use this insert method. So num dot insert of 1 comma 2 1 comma 20, that means at index 1 element 20 added. So this is what at index 1. That means it is not the replacement. Please understand, it is not the replacement. We are adding elements. So 30, 40 gets adjusted to the next index, and at that vacant index 1, this 20 gets inserted. It is not the replacement. Replacement can be done when you use index, like num of 1 equal to 20. When you use num of 1 equal to 20, this overwrites. But here it is not overwritten. It is simply adding. So please understand the difference. Okay? Right. Let's take one list. X is equal to IITK, comma, what I am using. X is equal to IITK, IITM, IITB. Y is equal to NITW, NITB, NITS. Z equal to IISC, triple IT. So I have created 3 lists. Okay, and if we print them, of course, when we print them simply, we will get what output, you know, print of X, print of Y, print of Z. We get all these lists. Now let us perform operations on these 3 lists with these 3 methods. Okay, so I will use append method for X, extend method for Y, and insert method for Z, so that there would be clear idea. So let me append X dot append of IIT D, IITD. Okay, now I would like to extend Y, Y dot extend of, I can say NIT V, comma NIT T. And Z dot insert of one with VIT. Okay. Siddhant, that is what I have done. See here. So now let us print X, Y, Z. Guys, what operations I have done? Is it visible for you? So for the X method, I have added one element. For the Y, for the X list, I have added one element. For the Y list, I have added 2 elements. for Z list at certain index I have inserted one element. So let's see. I am getting error for what? Extend method. Why? Extend method takes only one argument. So why we have to give y dot extend of x. Here in the example that we have got, if you see, why I have created another list as even numbers and why I have added with that list name, why I can't add multiple elements here only with the comma. Why? Because extend is the method that takes only one argument. Siddhant. Right? Hope your doubt is clarified. And when we use tuples, when we discuss tuples, that is I think tomorrow's class, we will see whatever you are telling. So what I do is, y dot extend of, let's say w equal to this now I say extend of w. Okay. Now you see we got the output. So first I have printed all the three lists. Now I have done insertion, I mean I have added an element. So IITD I have added to the first list X, and then I have added two elements at a time to the Y list, and I have inserted one element at certain index. Can you see this? Yeah, Siddhant, definitely yes, definitely yes. But every time you don't append same value, no? Every time you don't append same value, right? Siddhant. Okay. Let us proceed with further. Now, yeah, you can modify existing value. As I said, you wanted to overwrite, not to add. Then you can use equal to assignment operator and index so that the values gets modified, overwritten, replacement happens. So let's say languages, we have Python, Java, C++, and I would like to change the second item to C, means I would like to replace Java with C. So I can say language of 1 equal to C. So if I print, what I get, what gets printed? Python, C, C++, means this Java got replaced with C. Okay. Siddhant, please practice, no? You are asking me to practice? Who need to practice, Siddhant? That is what I am telling. The reason behind showing this live execution is you will be motivated. You also start doing the self practice. So whatever the doubts you are getting, make a note of those doubts in your book. So get it solved with the live execution. You do that exploration. Okay. Now comes, as lists are mutable, how we can add we have seen. Now how you can remove an element. We have two ways to remove element from the list. There are two ways, like how we have three ways to add an element. We have two ways to remove an element. One using del statement, other using remove method. One using del statement, other using remove method. So how we use the del statement? Del languages of 1. There are languages list: Python, Swift, CPP, C, Java, Rust, R. When I say del languages of 1, Swift gets deleted. So if you print, you will get all the elements except Swift because it gets deleted. So it is very simple. Now del languages of -1. We know negative index, whenever you use it, start from rightmost. So the last element will be given that -1 index, hence R gets deleted. So if you print later after deleting this value at index -1, you will get other elements. Okay. Yeah, pop method also we use. Here today I am going to tell you how we can add with the three methods, how we can remove with the remove method and the del statement. Okay. And del languages of 0 to 2. So you can also delete multiple at a time. Don't think like with the del statement you can delete only one element at a time. You can delete some in a range, but not randomly. Like I want to delete first one, fifth one, ninth one. Is it possible to do with a single statement with del? No. In a range you want to delete, consecutive elements you wanted to delete, yes, that is possible. So 0 to 2 means 2 is always excluded. Whenever you use a range slicing operator, please understand the last value is always excluded. So it deletes value at index 1, value at index 0, value at index 1. That means this will make this Python gets deleted, C++ gets deleted. So C, Java, Rust you got. Okay. Hope it is clear. And how we use the remove method. Suppose I would like to remove this second Swift from the list. Languages dot remove. As it is a method, I have to use this object dot method. We know that syntax. We are habituated to this syntax from object oriented languages, right? So I have a list again. So whenever I print, that Swift gets removed and it gets printed. Okay. So I am just introducing you the syntax, how to use, and whatever the other experiments you wanted to make, whatever the doubts you are getting, you please do the practice, experiment, so that make a note your observations, like how you do in your college practicals. In the same way, you please do it on yourself, so that your understanding would be more and more clarity you will get. Siddhant, you want to delete Python? Acha, you don't have option, Siddhant. And yes, Vaibhav, yeah. So I have just shown here few methods, but we can use other methods. You see, like pop we can use, which returns and removes item present at the given index. It's not like stack. Stack means always top gets deleted. whenever you say pop of certain index, that element will be deleted and the remaining that element is deleted, and what is deleted, that item will be printed. Clear removes all items from the list. Index, it returns the index of the first matched item. Count, returns the count of the specified item. Sort, you can sort in the ascending or descending order. You need not to write any code, some loop and all. No logic is needed. That's why Python is such a simple language. That's why we are more inclined towards Python, right? Emerging technologies. Reverse, copy. So try to do practice on these all the methods. And guys, yeah, how we can actually iterate through the list means I wanted to print every element. I can use for lan in languages, means this is the variable name and this is the object that we got created, I mean the list we got created. So for lan in languages, I want to print. So all will be printed, Python, C, Java, C++. So you can iterate through the list using for. And you can also check whether particular element is there or not in the list with the in keyword. With the in keyword. So languages, we have Python, Swift, C++. Print C in languages. Here in is keyword. So it is checking, is this C exist in the given list? No, hence you will get false. Python in languages, yes, so it will give you true. Take one empty list Siddhant, use copy function of existing list and print that empty list. You will get what does that copy means. Okay. Yeah. We can use membership operator. Guys, please understand. I also wanted to explore even more in detail. But as I said, let us learn slowly. Let us learn completely. Everything in one stretch also will not keep our attention, right? And it won't be interesting also. So today we have seen what is a list, how you can create it, and how you can add an element, how you can remove an element, what are different ways to do that, how you can iterate through the list, right? So try to practice this. And guys, the game is not yet over, picture abhi baki hai. So this week I would like to take you to some depth of these data types. There is a next week. We will even practice the other methods also. Part 2. And meanwhile, you can't actually hold your patience. Do the self practice. Okay. So that's all for today. Tomorrow we will discuss tuples concept, tuples in Python. So sharp at 7 p.m. Catch you guys tomorrow sharp at 7 p.m. with the tuples class. Meanwhile, guys, I request everybody to do the practice. Your practice is what countable. And to trigger that only, I am showing the live execution. Okay. Great, great. Satya, that's what I would like to create, that interest. When I show the live execution, then you also feel interested. You start coding. That is what my intention. I can't write big programs and execute. Please understand in the live class, because it takes a lot of time. and lot of distractions will be there. Hope you are getting motivated, you are getting that interest so that you start coding. Okay, and these are Instagram and Telegram group links. Please do join if you have not joined it, and I will share the PDFs here. That's it. So guys, keep calm, do coding, happy learning. Please do like the session, share and subscribe to our BYJU'S YouTube channel and enable the notifications. See you in the next session, that is tomorrow, sharp 7 p.m. Till then, have a great time. Take care. Good night, everyone. Jai Hind.